Hello everybody, welcome to Chord Extensions Introduction. So we'll start talking about adding tension tones to our chords. Make sure you have checked out the videos on compound intervals, so they're crucial when it comes to understanding chord extensions, and also in a later chapter called upper structure chords. Okay, for now we would focus on chord extensions, the common ones. So what are chord extensions? So for example, let's take a C major 7 chord as an example here. So I have C, E, G, B. So for jazz musicians, these 4 notes are your chord tones. Okay, for classical musician, probably they would consider these 3 as your chord tones. But let's take a modern approach. So these 4 guys here will be our chord tones. Okay, so just a quick recap. The B note here, the major 7, has a little bit of tension to it as well, but we call these 4 guys chord tones. And if you remember, chords are built or stacked in thirds, meaning we have the root here. The next note would be a third. You go up another third, we have the 5th. Another third up, you have the 7th. And actually, you can continue in this manner a few more times. So 7th, go up a third, then you have 9th. Go up another third, you have 11th. Go up another third, you have 13. So usually that's the maximum number that we'll have, 13. Because if you go another third up, that would be a 15. And that's just really the root again. Okay. The root again. A, B, C. All right. So you don't really have to notice. So for chord extensions, you can actually add the 9th, 11th, 13th to the chord. Okay. So it's a C major 7. So we should be adding an F sharp. Don't worry about this. I will talk about this in depth when we go to C major 7 chord extensions. Okay. So for each chord type, the tensions that we'll be adding will be different. So for now, you don't really have to care about this sharp here. Okay. So you just have to understand the general idea that right now we are adding more chord tones. I should say tensions to the chord tones. So we call these 3 guys tensions, okay? And these are our chord tones, okay? And these are still just, notes a third apart. So the important question here is, why do we want to do that, okay? So I used to have a teacher, and he had this very good analogy. But first of all, we primarily add these notes to make the chord sound a little bit more sophisticated. Once you have heard this for a couple million times, you start getting a little tired of it, and you want some spice. Okay, so primarily we're adding these tensions to make the chord sound more sophisticated. So the analogy that I heard from that teacher was you can think of the 1, 3, 5, 7 as coffee, your black coffee. Nothing added, just coffee. Okay, and then you can think of the tensions 9, 11, 13 as added sugar or cream or even cinnamon or chocolate powder. So when you add these to the coffee, you don't really change the coffee. It's still coffee, right? You won't turn it into a chocolate or a cup of tea. It's still coffee, but with sugar, with cream, it's still coffee. So the same thing applies here. So for example, E13 sharp 9 is just a really fancy E dominant 7 chord. It's just an E dominant 7 chord. So for now, if you don't know how to read these chord symbols, these extended chord symbols, don't worry. Again, I will get to these one by one when we go to the different chord types. So we have major, minor, dominant. Okay, so again, E13 sharp 9 is just, it's just like a cup of coffee with added sugar. Lots of cream here, but it's still just coffee. Okay, it's still a dominant 7 chord. So same case here, C major 7 sharp 11 is really just a major 7 chord. Okay, with added sugar or cream. Okay, that's the idea here. We are making the chord sound fancier. That's it. Okay, so that's the point of this video. I just want to get through a general picture of what's going on with extended chords. Okay, so in the next videos, in the coming videos, we will talk about the details. Okay, so I'll see you there.